Hey, welcome back. This is True Tom. Thank you for watching my videos. Do me a favor, please like, subscribe, share the videos. And if you check the description of this video, you will find a link to a discount on a Tesla. And also, I have a Linktree account now, so there's a link in there. You can click on everything I'm doing everywhere on social media. See all that stuff in there. Really appreciate you all being here. Please leave a comment down below. That helps incredibly. Today, I want to talk about disabilities. Now, I'm going to tell you a story first before I get into that. I have a friend who has been in the construction industry all his life. A good guy, but a cranky old man, just like myself sometimes. And he was always that guy when we would be on a job. Of course, I'm in the restaurant business, as you know, and much of what we do in the restaurant business when we're doing a build out has to do with ADA compliance. The Americans with Disabilities Act, which is the greatest thing ever created in the history of the world. As a contractor, it can be frustrating, but he was always that guy who bitched about this stuff until he had an accident. And he was actually basically stuck in an upstairs apartment for a long period of time. Could not move, couldn't move around or whatever. And anyway, it was sad. There was nothing fun about this. But I will tell you what, he came to a whole new realization about people with disabilities and how hard that can be. Now, I have a family member who is clinically blind. I lost my mother-in-law a couple of years ago, and she had a debilitating disease, physical disease. And she was confined to a wheelchair for probably the second half of her life. And it was very hard. And it's very hard for a lot of people. So unless you have experienced something like this, or unless you have loved ones, you truly can't understand how hard it is for people when it comes to mobility. Now, during the whole course of the 5,000 Cybercabs robotaxis being authorized in Las Vegas, there were a series of hearings that had gone on. I'm going to show you two videos. Sawyer Merritt actually posted these videos on his channel. And one of them is with Eric, who is the head of Tesla, one of the head Tesla engineers. And he dealt with a lot of this stuff when it comes to the Cybercab. Now, one of the things he says, you can watch the videos, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about it now because I don't want to waste your time. One of the things he said was, in the Cybercab, first of all, the doors are specifically designed to allow people with a wheelchair to have easy access as they enter the vehicle. So the way the door swings up, that gives them ample room to move around. Now, we're talking right this second, we're imagining somebody who's in a wheelchair but has mobility, has upper body strength, enough strength to be able to move the chair around, place themselves in the seat of the car, etc. One of the things he basically said was, first of all, easy entry. Second of all, if this individual is traveling by themselves, there's actually plenty of room inside the Cybercab for them to put the chair in there with them. That's a really big deal. And of course, if there's two people, it's not a problem at all because you have an enormous cargo area in the back of the car. Now, the second part of this is there was a lady who is also tied to the Association for the Blind. And she made some great points also. First of all, the car has Braille, which is enormous for anybody who has an eyesight issue. And on top of that, she made the statement, and I had never thought about this, again, because I don't have a disability. This has never happened to me, but she said, there are times when an Uber will show up, and if they see a dog or sometimes a person with a cane, they'll just drive right on past. Now, that's wrong, and I'm sure you could be reported to Uber for that, but the reality of the fact is this type of stuff happened. And Mona gave a really, really riveting explanation about how much better Cybercab specifically would be for anybody with a sight disability. The other thing, of course, is the Grok integration into the Cybercab and into the robotaxi system in general is basically going to be voice command. So communication is everything. Like, imagine if you're blind. I can't even imagine it. I shouldn't even guess what it... I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to say, well, imagine if you're blind. That's not fair, because I have no clue what that would feel like. But I can tell you right now, I am really impressed that Tesla, and of course they should, but I'm impressed that they have gone to this level of thought in bringing mobility to people who otherwise wouldn't have it. Anyway, check out these two videos and just give me your thoughts after the fact. Thank you.
We believe that the future is bright for those with mobility challenges with autonomous vehicles. The opportunity that's there, whether it's somebody confined to a wheelchair or crutches, or someone who has other disabilities that impact their ability to move around, we want this to be experienced like any other person. We want them to be able to interact with the app, whether it's audibly or visually, that helps them to know what's going on, both on the app side as well as in the car. And so every day we work to improve and expand on our accessibility capabilities within both of those areas. So the first line of defense for us is to make sure the system that we establish digitally in the app in the vehicle is as intuitive, as accessible, and as integrated as possible. And we meet with the disability groups across the board almost on a weekly basis, city to city, group to group. And again, that feeds back into this vertically integrated pipeline. We've integrated Braille into our vehicles. We've integrated, we're integrating grab points and support points into the vehicles to help with ingress egress. Cybercab's seat position is literally the same height as a standard wheelchair. Like, you'd never know it by looking at it, but it just is. So if somebody is mobile enough to go from their wheelchair to a Cybercab, it's literally just a small scoot away. And the door, even though it looks crazy, it's designed to get out of the way of a wheelchair. Like, that is the Tesla way, like integrated to the key of what we can do in a both interesting but also totally functional way. And so while we're still working to obviously expand the capability, to your point, like how do we support them today? We are obviously able to provide the application in the vehicle in the most accessible way possible. We'll continue to expand on that. We also, for now, within the app, we point to partnered third-party Wave support or Wave transportation services. So if you're confined to a wheelchair, you can find our preferred providers that then can come out and provide support and provide rides. I will say we are working on a Wave accessible vehicle of the future, and that's going to obviously be a next big product for us that allows that unlock of really 2% of people today are confined to some kind of wheelchair or some kind of accessible limitation. And so we want to solve.
As the blind community, their app is absolutely accessible. Sometimes the Uber and the Lyft, theirs isn't. If you have to take paratransit, you have to schedule 3 days in advance. And what if you want to go someplace now? This would be so beneficial to the not just the blind community.
Need you to get a little closer to the mic. Not your fault at all. There you go. You're good. Perfect. There.
Okay.
Go ahead. Continue, please.
I don't like these things.
We understand. Please don't feel intimidated. Go ahead.
But yesterday I got to experience and play with the Cybercab. It's got Braille in there. Nobody else has Braille. I mean, you get in a car and you're sitting there and you're wondering what's going on. It has Braille. The app is wonderful. Now, a person that's in a wheelchair, there's space to put the wheelchair. They can just, if it's upper body strength, they can just push themselves right in, collapse the chair, and put it in with them. I mean, it can do so much for people with disabilities. I mean, trying to wait around for a Lyft or an Uber, and it tells you what type of car it is, and the color of it, and the license plate. Well, I hate to tell you guys, I can't see it, so I'm depending on the driver to know who I am. And a lot of times, the Uber and Lyft, if they see you with a dog or a cane, they drive right past you. And cancel you, so you're getting that charge of canceling. With the Cybercab, it doesn't know that you're blind. It doesn't know that you're in a wheelchair. It just knows that you need a ride. So I completely love the car. Just sitting in it, feeling how comfortable it is, and knowing that something's accessible. It's just, to me, it's just the most amazing thing out there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.